Squire was a legendary British bassist, best known as the co-founder and longtime member of the progressive rock band, Yes. Born on the 4th of March 1948 in London, Squire began his musical journey singing in a church choir before transitioning to bass guitar in his teens. Inspired by the Beatles and pioneering bassists like John Entwistle, Squire developed a distinctive, melodic, and aggressive bass style that became a cornerstone of Yes's sound. In 1968, Squire co-founded Yes alongside vocalist Jon Anderson. He was the only member to appear on every studio album the band released until his death. His bass playing on albums like Fragile, Close to the Edge, and Going for the One showcased his virtuosic technique, often using a Rickenbacker 4001 bass with a bright, trebly tone. His use of effects and intricate lines pushed the bass into the foreground of rock music. Beyond Yes, Squire released a solo album, Fish Out of Water, in 1975, which was well received by fans and critics. He also collaborated with other musicians, including the short-lived group Conspiracy. Squire's influence is immense, inspiring generations of bassists with his melodic sensibilities and technical prowess. Early career. His early career is a tale of musical curiosity, discipline forged in adversity, and a distinctive approach to bass playing that would influence generations of musicians. Squire's musical journey began in childhood. He sang in the church choir at St. Andrew's in Kingsbury and was deeply influenced by sacred music and choral harmonies. This early exposure to complex vocal arrangements later surfaced in Yes's layered vocal harmonies. His first instrument was not the bass, but the guitar, which he played in his teenage band, The Selfs. However, a key turning point came when he was suspended from school at age 16 for having long hair. During this enforced break, Squire took up the bass guitar seriously and never looked back. Inspired by Jack Bruce of Cream and John Entwistle of The Who, Squire developed a unique and aggressive bass style. He often used a pick rather than his fingers, and employed distortion, reverb, and treble-heavy settings to make the bass stand out in the mix. This approach transformed the bass from a background rhythm instrument into a lead voice in the music. His favorite instrument was a Rickenbacker 4001, which contributed to his bright, punchy tone. In 1967, after the Selfs merged with another band called The Sin, Squire met Jon Anderson at a London club. The two bonded over a shared love of vocal harmony and ambitious rock. They soon formed Mabel Greer's Toy Shop, which evolved into Yes by mid-1968. Along with guitarist Peter Banks, keyboardist Tony Kaye, and drummer Bill Bruford, Yes began crafting a new kind of rock music, melodic, intricate, and expansive. The band's self-titled debut album was released in 1969 and showcased Squire's ambitious playing. With Squire's aggressive and melodic bass playing at the core, Yes became known for their complex compositions, virtuosic musicianship, and layered vocal harmonies. Their breakthrough came with the album, The Yes Album, followed by classics like Fragile and Close to the Edge. On these records, Squire's use of a Rickenbacker 4001 bass and his mastery of effects like distortion and chorus gave his instrument a powerful presence that often rivaled lead guitars. Squire's playing was both rhythmic and melodic, often weaving counterpoints to the main vocal or guitar lines. Tracks like Roundabout, Heart of the Sunrise, and The Fish showcased his technical prowess and compositional creativity. The Fish in particular was a nickname given to Squire and became a solo piece that highlighted his multi-layered bass work. As the only constant member of Yes throughout its many lineup changes until his death, Squire anchored the band through decades of evolution. Whether during the symphonic excess of the 1970s, the pop-oriented 1980s, or later reunions and revivals, Squire's musical fingerprints were always present. His collaboration with former Genesis guitarist Steve Hackett in the 2012 project Squawk It also revealed his versatility and melodic instincts. Chris Squire, best known as the pioneering bassist and co-founder of the progressive rock band Yes, had a rich and varied career that extended beyond his work with the iconic group. While Yes remained his primary focus throughout most of his life, Squire also ventured into several notable side projects and collaborations that showcased his melodic bass playing, compositional prowess, and distinct musical sensibilities. One of Squire's most acclaimed solo endeavors was his 1975 album, Fish Out of Water. Released during a hiatus in Yes's schedule, the album features a blend of symphonic rock and progressive complexity, echoing the classic Yes sound while emphasizing Squire's personal voice as a songwriter and singer. With contributions from Yes keyboardist Patrick Moraz and former King Crimson drummer Bill Bruford, Fish Out of Water remains one of the most respected solo works to emerge from any Yes member, often praised for its lush arrangements and emotive depth. In the 1980s, Squire formed a short-lived band called XYZ with Yes drummer Alan White and Led Zeppelin guitarist Jimmy Page. The group attempted to blend the heavier, blues-influenced stylings of Zeppelin with the progressive intricacies of Yes. Although the project never officially released any material due to lack of label support and scheduling conflicts, a few demo recordings have since circulated among fans, sparking ongoing interest in what might have been.